Hi, my name is Victor Alves. I'm from Brasília, Brazil, and I'm a bilingual teacher at the Binational Center Casa Thomas Jefferson. At the Casa, we work with kids up to adults, and this was really special to me because I've been using National Geographic materials since I started teaching back in 2012. And for the first time, I could apply a different approach to my classes. And I already consider myself a pretty innovative teacher, but this was different. This pushed me to do even better with my innovation and my creativity. So I really thank you for giving us the opportunity to go beyond the expected. And let's talk a little bit about the project, and I really hope you enjoyed just as much as I did. Thank you.
Okay, so let's get started. The title for my project was Let's Cook Some Culture. And the idea here was to work with students who were from 11 up to 13-year-olds, 6th to 8th grade. And it took me a while of like 40 to 60 minutes to prepare the whole project. And I did it in 3 classes of 1 hour and a half. This was a particularly long project, so we ended up using many different technology tools, such as Google Maps, Google Slides, Docs. We used our iPads and Chromebooks, and we also used lots of the spaces in the school and also a kitchen, all right? And the objective here was to have students analyze the impact of their food in culture and society as a whole, discussing the importance local food has to its origin, place, and population. Also, my students taught people how to cook traditional foods from different parts of Brazil and the world. Later, putting the origin of those foods on a map and showing people where they come from and the importance that they represent to those people's culture. Having said that, I decided to divide my lesson into 3 parts. Part 1 was focused on input and cultural awareness. So I showed my students a video of what people eat around the world, and we brainstormed quickly, we connected to the book, and then we played some games with the vocabulary presented, such as the ingredients for those foods, the importance those foods have to those societies, and they researched a little bit about each of them using thinking routines before that. For part 2, I decided to consolidate the grammar and vocabulary of Unit 7 of Time Zones 3, more specifically, that talks about there to be. And students practiced talking about the food staple. And I got the idea from the Nat Geo article. And the best part of using that article was the follow-up. My students went around the school interviewing people, observing what they used to eat, and observing what there was available on the cafeteria at the time. So what kind of foods are part of the school's everyday life and what people usually consume. They also interviewed the cafeteria owner, asking specific questions, and after that they brainstormed. Finally, when they came back to the class, they started working on their presentations. I gave them a model of a presentation, a slides presentation, so that they could follow the same steps. Talking about the food, they wanted to talk about the origin, recipe, ingredients, how to make, and curiosities as well. And finally, we move on to part 3. This is where the students brought the ingredients and we cooked at our school. This class was fantastic. It was a way that students really engaged and connected to the topic even more, and they were really excited because they couldn't wait to share with people foods from their country and famous foods from the world. Therefore, the main focus of my lesson was observing and sparking my students' curiosity, raising their cultural awareness. Having them think about their choices, thinking about their surroundings, their community, and what people eat and why they eat what they eat. So it was really empowering to have students look for all the materials and look for all the options, research, think, and present that to their community in a beautiful exposition that we had, and sharing with their families also. So, well, this was my project. I hope you liked it, and thank you so much for being part of this with me.